Welcome to MSC's private island in the Bahamas. It's the MSC Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick from Oakland Travel, and you see the MSC Meraviglia there kind of in the background. And this was November of 2022, a little short 3-night cruise out of Port Canaveral. I am by myself as a solo passenger. The first time I'd ever done that. It was a little weird, I got to tell you. All the years I've been cruising with Royal Caribbean, Maria has always been with me. We cruised with Carnival. She was with me. We cruised with Virgin Voyages on the Scarlet Lady. She was with me. But this was a chance for me to kind of just learn the MSC way of doing things. And just such a little cheap cruise, like literally about $300 for a 3-night deal just for me in a studio room on the MSC Meraviglia. Couldn't turn it down. So here we are on the island. There's the lighthouse in the background. That is the famed lighthouse that whenever you come to the Ocean Cay Reserve, they will do the light show from the lighthouse in the evening at night. Most of the time, from what I've seen of the itineraries, they tend to set these schedules up to where the ship comes to the island basically for 2 full days. Our particular itinerary in November 2022, on the second day of the cruise, we were supposed to have arrived at the island and gotten off the ship and everything around like lunchtime. And we were supposed to be able to stay off the ship if we wanted to all the way until 11 or 12 o'clock at night to be able to see the light show at the lighthouse and everything. And then, get back on the ship that night. And then the very next day on day number 3, get back off on the island, and spend the whole day on the island on day 3, and then get back on and then go back to Canaveral. That was the itinerary that was posted for this cruise. But we get to the island on the second day, and the currents were too strong, and we couldn't get into the channel or whatever it was. And so we only got 1 day on the island. So we were a little, it's the way it goes. But got some construction in certain parts of the island. And so going forward, it'll be interesting to see what MSC does with this island in terms of what kind of amenities and features they add to it. This was November of 2022, and after this was taken, sometime in early 23, I remember seeing a blip on the news radar of cruise news where MSC had shut down the island for a couple of weeks to do some more work on it or renovation or something. So they're definitely going to continue to work on it and continue to add to it. It's in a perfect location out there, all the other islands in the Bahamas that the cruise lines use, and it's close enough to Nassau and to Florida and things like that it's easy to make an itinerary that's featured around the island. So had a really good time. Beautiful weather. November is a really good time to go cruising. So one thing to keep in mind, as you're planning a cruise in the Caribbean. So in the spring is really good, and kind of late fall is pretty good too if you can kind of dodge around the typical hurricane season. Oh, I think I missed a turn. Supposedly the Wi-Fi works out here. And my phone would say otherwise. So that's interesting. Now I don't know if that's one of those where it only works in certain areas and not all over the entire island. It might only work back over like when we first got off the ship. Sort of grabbed the stuff out of the room. I don't know. I think we're gonna go over here, check out the lighthouse, and then make our way back around to the ship. I might go back up to the stateroom and get some stuff before coming back out. We're still hovering around 79 degrees. Lots of sun. Hardly any wind. Yeah, see, you get photos going on all over the place over here. Selfie time like crazy.